last official work day of the week, and this is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions right here on Flow 94.9 FM. It is the flow of God's own state, convergence of thoughts. Of course, right here we do this every Monday, every Wednesday, and also every Friday. The first Friday in the month of January and also the year 2022. Thank you very much for joining us. It is the pinnacle of all discussions and still part of our morning show right here, the one we call Morning Spice on the flow of God's own state. My name is Michael Oni. Well, so much of politicking as we start in the year 2022, and what is going on? We're so concerned about the All Progressives Congress, of course, the second highest organ of the ruling All Progressives Congress, the National Executive Committee, at the instance of the president, if you remember, recommended that party leaders in attendance should consider the dissolution of the 2-year-old Comrade Adams Oshiomhole-led National Working Committee at the height of the leadership crisis that nearly grounded the operational activities of the party some times ago. And that was what led to the emergence of Governor Mai Mala Buni-led Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, of course, to conduct a national convention within 6 months. But despite the work, of course, ahead of Mai Mala Buni, that caretaker committee couldn't come up with a national convention for the party. The meeting also directed all litigations instituted by party members to be withdrawn and to ensure reconciliation of all aggrieved members. But what is at stake now is that the party, after conducting the ward congresses and the local government congresses, well, the national convention should follow suit, which has been planned to be held this year, February. But there are uncertainties. What is really going on? What is happening concerning the All Progressives Congress? Well, if you are yet to know, the All Progressives Congress National Convention may not hold in February as planned, but because the Independent National Electoral Commission confirmed that APC, as the ruling party in Nigeria and also opposition party in Abia State, has not informed the commission of any convention. Do not forget the present electoral act that we use in Nigeria, section 85 subsection 1 says a registered political party shall give the commission at least 21 days notice of any convention, congress, conference, or any meeting convened for the purpose of electing members of its executive committees, other governing bodies, or nominating candidates for any of the elective offices specified under this act. So we're concerned, is this still going to hold? These are some of the questions we're finding answers to as we talk party politics this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions. Joining me this morning is Comrade Oke Ezeala. He's the Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State. Comrade, glad to have you join us. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Oh, thank you very much. Good to be here.
All right.
Good morning,
you're welcome back. Quite unfortunate. Your party lost the chairman. Condolences to you as we commiserate with you, talking about Enyi Habo.
Yes, and we have had a 10-day mourning period as a party, and of course we have come back, and the party is moving forward now.
It must really shake the party as we speak, that unfortunate loss.
Yes, and naturally, of course, we would feel the effect of that because no matter the age, you always feel uneasy when you lose someone, especially at the caliber of a state chairman-elect. But we give God all the glory. At least the family have stayed strong, and we've sent messages. We've mourned him. Really, our flags flew at half-mast for 10 days precisely. And the party is also putting some other measures in place to make sure that we don't feel it further. But we are moving on as a party.
So what next after the demise of your chairman?
Yes, what next is that a directive from the National Secretariat of the party is on board, and we are working towards that directive. You know, we had a similar case in Kogi State in the last election. I think that was in 2015.
Yes.
And of course, the Constitution, there's a laid down rule, okay, regarding that, and that will also be followed in Abia State. Okay. And there will not be an exception.
So much to talk about concerning your party this morning. Let's talk about the developments right here in Abia State before we move to national issues. Beginning with the recent defection, although you will claim there are no factionalization of your party in Abia State. Journalists do know, of course, we report from both sides. We report all sides without favoring one other side. There is still a particular faction in Abia State still laying claim to holding power and having contact with the National Secretariat. But then, just a few days ago, we saw the defection, if I call it, or the pitching of tent of some key stakeholders from Donatus Wankwa-led APC in Abia State to your side. I mean, those loyal to Chief Ikechi Emenike.
Yeah, well, in as much as we are running party politics, I would not want the party to be attached to an individual. Okay, the political party is an organization of persons.
Okay,
who share common interest, which is to take over government and better the lives of the.
Notably, just to mention, Ben Godson spoke for the other side, just like you're speaking for this side now, and you're speaking for APC.
Yeah, that was in the past. Yes.
Okay, that was in the past.
Yes, that
so
was
what
in
happened?
The past.
I know there must have been some politicking behind.
Like I've always said in this platform, what happened is that the Congress has come and gone, and leaders emerged. Of course, it's normal in every political family, in every political gathering, that some people will feel disgruntled, some people will feel, oh, I didn't win. But what is important is the goal. What is the goal? Uniting together to salvage Abia. I don't think any right-thinking Abian is happy with the level of decay, the infrastructural decadence, and even morally, the state is going down. So, and thank God for people like Ben Godson and other party faithfuls who have seen, that there is no point causing troubles, and they have come over. And I can tell you this for free. So many of them, have really moved in. And I think the last time I came here, I told you that very soon the other fellow, Honorable Achovioma and the Wamba, are likely to even be alone. And I can tell you authoritatively that that is the state of affairs now. Almost everybody in their camp have left them. They have all joined the mainstream party, and we are moving forward. We welcome them. The door is wide open. You can see we have put a lot of mechanism in place to bring those who felt aggrieved, those who lost out in the Congress actually, because that was just the crux of the issue. And they have all come, they are with us now, and we are moving forward.
Is it going to be a level playing field for those joining your side now? It seems you have the contact, of course, you have the connection with the national body in Abuja. So are you going to allow a level playing field for them, despite being astray for a while, if I may use that word?
You see, there has always been a level playing field.
Okay,
in the party, because even I myself, I was once defiant. Okay. And I joined the party. Chief Emenike welcomed everybody. This is one man with, he does everything on a clean slate. He doesn't bring in people with baggages, and he easily leaves things behind. Okay, so that's why we were accommodated. I ran for the office of publicity secretary, and then defeated the 3 other persons. And of course, to the glory of God, they didn't contend my election. And so a handful of them who felt it should have been them. Some of them were proxies of these, in quote, aspired politicians who wanted to impose people. But of course, they were popularly defeated. And that, of course, that was the basis of some of the skirmishes we were having in the after Congress. But I can tell all those have just died down, and we have moved forward.
All right, it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions right here on Flow 94.9 FM. We're talking about developments in APC, that's the All Progressives Congress, ahead of the national convention of the party, because INEC came out and said, well, we're yet to receive the notice that should have been received 21 days before that convention, national convention, a national assignment that is very crucial. That is a make or mar for the All Progressives Congress, and questions are being asked.
If I may say something about that, please. Of course, you said it in your intro. Let me correct an impression.
All right.
There is nothing wrong with the template with which the NWC or NEC is running the party. place. You mentioned it here that the constitutional provision or even the lawful provision for conduct of convention or congresses is just a 21-day notice.
Okay.
And if you ask me, February is 22nd of February from now is more than 21 days. Am I right? So I do not see why somebody should make an issue out of that.
Between now and the end of February is more than the 3 weeks required by the law.
Exactly. So nothing is there is nothing exactly. So the notice could have been served even as we speak. It could still be served next week. Okay, so nothing. It doesn't help the system when people make a mountain out of a molehill.
Of course, there are issues on ground that I think your party members have shied away in the past. Okay. Reconciliation have been put in place in several states. For example, Akwa Ibom State, when the Congress was conducted in that state, the State Congress, 3 factions. How far has the reconciliation set up put up by the national body gone?
Well, you must take this into account that in every human endeavor, in fact, of all the activities of man, one thing is common, and that is insatiability of man. I think that is what gave rise to most of the economic, most of the theories in economics. So there's one thing central to every economy, and that is insatiability of man. Man is always not satisfied with what he has. He wants extra. I think everybody is becoming Oliver Twist now. So when you have a Congress in a political gathering like Congress, definitely not everybody will be satisfied. So if you are talking about factions in Akwa Ibom or other places, it's just as simple as the things you see even in other political parties.
Are you willing to go ahead with the National Convention despite the internal frictions in your party? It is not only in Abia, it is not only in Akwa Ibom. We have about 11 other states: Ekiti, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Kwara, Zamfara, Kano. Just recently in Gombe State, Governor Inuwa Yahaya and Senator Danjuma Goje decided to bury the hatchet. So one will be asking, sales of forms have not started for the elective positions that we're hoping will happen before the February, and that will happen before that notification to INEC will happen. Then you start selling forms. These are signs that journalists will see. Members of the Fourth Estate will say and say, yes, APC is ready. So it seems the party is not ready.
You see, just like the Bible will say that man should cry for himself. Okay, and not the son of man. The people should rather be interested in the welfare of Nigerians, and the government, the APC, is running to better their lives, the infrastructure and everything. The party is intact. If the party is not intact, how come? There have been several predictions over time, and they have all come to naught at the end of the day. And like I said before, the 21 days notice is still running. Okay, we still have time. It could have been done. Maybe after, perhaps some minutes after this program, you will hear that a notice have been given to INEC. That is a non-issue. I think we should be talking about opening the platform. I think we should dwell more on that, opening the platform, asking people to come in, join the party, and close ranks with those who felt, of course, they were not carried along in other parties that want to join us. And then making it's already a big family, making it a bigger family, I mean APC, and then having, share ideas and bring, fresh ideas on board, to further grow the party. That is the stage we are in now. As for the National Convention, to me, it's already a success. Okay,
maybe I should narrow the conversation.
I can assure you that there is no hitch whatsoever.
Maybe I should narrow the conversation to Abia State. How far has the reconciliation gone in Abia, just to ensure that you close the gap between your side and, of course, obviously the other side, laying claim to the leadership of APC in Abia State?
No, please, let me say in category, I don't think there is any sane politician that will still be talking about parallel group in Abia State, because what is parallel about a group of persons who are not known by the national, who are not known by INEC, nobody monitors whatever it is they do, and I can tell you it's just a handful of disgruntled persons.
But they are members of your party.
Some of them have left the party. I can mention names.
Maybe
Chief Chris Nkwanta has left the party.
Okay.
He is not, because the earlier we identify who released APC member in Abia, the better for us. Some of these people have left the party, and then they are just going about causing trouble. They are not with us. Okay, they wanted to hijack the party, and then the delegates, people, they were popularly rejected at the Congress. Some of them have seen reason to remain in the party and work, hard for the success of the party come 2020. While some others are still moving around, trying to see how they could fly a kite.
A kite, you call it.
Yes.
But some of them are still members of your party. Maybe you should...
Like who and who? There is no member of APC in Abia.
Maybe you should extend the olive branch to them.
We have done that already. That is why you have the SY publicity secretary, Ben Gossin, joining us. And that is why you have the SY zonal chairman, joining us. The SY state organizing secretary, joining us. Every other person in that same group you are referring to are with the party now. Do you know what happened on the 27th of December 2021?
All right.
We had over 1,000 party faithfuls trooping down to Mukabe to be received by the leader of the party, High Chief Ikechi Emenike. He's there. Okay, the records are there. They were highly placed individuals. Okay, former politicians, further members of the academia, business moguls, everywhere. Okay, it was a huge traffic in Umukabe and indeed the Ohoho clan as a whole on 27. They were all coming to identify with High Chief Ikechi Emenike and to work with the party. So when you talk about these few individuals who are, of course, obviously stranded now because what they wanted was to hijack the party, and God didn't allow that. So when you talk about them, you also look at the vast majority of people, men and women of goodwill, who have volunteered their time and resources to build the party, and that is ongoing now as we speak. So I think that is what should matter to us. Mind you, every 12 there is always a Judas.
I know 2023.
So when you have
I know 2023 matters.
I
know 2023 matters to your party, especially in Abia State. Yes. PDP has ruled Abia for years now, for donkey years in Abia State. And that's according to your claim, anyways.
Yes.
And your party, I think, is the major opposition party in Abia State. How grounded is your party in Abia State? But before we delve into that,
let me answer you before you go forward. As soon as you conduct a free, fair, and credible election in Abia State, I can assure you that the PDP that has been here for the past 24 years cannot win one councillor. But you know what? There is this voter apathy among Abia citizens. They just, it seems they have even lost hope in the electoral system.
Are you blaming the previous loss of APC in Abia to voter apathy? Are you ascribing the previous loss of APC to voter apathy?
Of course. And that is what it is. Okay. Imagine a situation where people are begged to come and register, have their PVC. They will tell you that even the one they registered in 2007, 2011, and 2015, that those voters' cards were hijacked by politicians. They don't even have access to it, but I can assure you that has come to an end.
If you say
by 2023, we will sit put and make sure that every vote counts. So is no longer Uhuru for the unpopular politicians who think they can sit in the comfort of their homes and then write results. You see what happened? I will keep telling you about Anambra and some of these recent elections.
Okay.
It is no longer the issue of write results or pay some people or pay EO and get results. No. So it has been tested, and if you know that you are not popular, if you know that you are not needed by the people, don't even waste your money coming 2023. Because it will no longer be cash and carry again. And as for the food is ready politicians, of course, they should know that it has come to an end. With the revamped INEC that we have now, it has come to an end.
Okay, now let me bring you up to speed on what is happening in the political scene from the feelers we're getting.
Yes.
Now, you say APC is grounded, well grounded. If elections should hold today,
if there is a free and fair, credible
take
election in Abia, I tell you, APC will win governorship, Senate, House of Assembly, and then, if there is a local government election, that one is ice cream.
All right.
Yes.
As we speak,
yes,
the notable members of your party, especially, are from Abia North. It seems APC is well grounded in Abia North. Obviously, the Senate Chief Whip is coming from there. You have House of Rep members from Abia North.
yes.
Now, the question is, how grounded are you in other senatorial districts? We saw how it played out in the last general election in Abia State, Comrade Okeziala.
Yes. I was actually a party agent in Isialangwa in the last election, and I can tell you authoritatively, even the EO, wherever she's listening from, will bear witness that there was no election in Isialangwa North and South. I don't want to single out those two local governments.
That can be
People
contested
casted their votes, and those votes were set aside, and results were announced based on what was written by politicians. I can tell I was beaten there. Yes, the records are there. The police have the statement. Everything is there. So I know what I'm telling you when I say that some of these people paraded themselves under siren, and we are not elected by the people, and that explains why there has been, untold underdevelopment in Abia. Because when people don't elect you, on what grounds are you going to work for them? That is what is going on. So, I repeat, if there is a free, fair, and credible election in Abia, I don't think any PDP candidate will win 5% of the votes. I can tell you that.
Now, maybe I should go straight to and hit the nail on the head, where I'm headed this morning, Comrade Okeziala.
Yes.
You've accepted that APC is grounded in Abia North because of the obvious presence of some members of your party.
No. That is not the obvious. Listen, some of the people you are mentioning that of course, who won election on our platform, Remember, they had former platforms. They couldn't win election. I don't want to mention them. So it's not about them. It's about the party. The party has been well structured and situated across the wards in Abia State. And that is why whoever that run election in PPA and lose will come to APC and win the election. Whoever that runs the election in Abga and lose will come to APC and win the election. Whoever that runs an election in SDP or anywhere, Labour Party and lose, will run to APC. Is like the proverbial kingdom of God that is suffering violence, and the violence is taking it by force.
Interesting.
They keep rushing in. So when they win here, they shouldn't turn the table.
No, the question I'm asking now is,
it is the party that made them win.
Are they at home with the present leadership of APC in Abia State?
Who are they?
I'm talking about the Senate Chief Whip. I'm talking about Honorable Ben Kalu, because we've not heard much of them associating with Chief Ikechi Emenike. It's obvious.
You see, there is only one APC. For sure. And the APC gave ticket to these people you mentioned. And we worked tirelessly, made sure they won elections. And up to today, they have not announced their defection out of APC. So I don't know what insinuation against somebody.
Are they at home? Are they at home with the leadership?
Of course, if they are not at home, they will be in their office in National Assembly. If they are not in their various homes, in their villages, they will be in National Assembly. So asking me whether they're at home, I think that question should go to their gate.
No, I'm not asking about literally living at home anyway. So I'm asking if they're at home with the leadership of the party in Abia.
If they are talking about being loyal to the party, they are loyal party.
We understand what happened and what played out during the state congresses that took place. You know where I'm going to, Comrade Okeziala. We are dodging my question.
No. Okay. If you're asking if they are loyal to the leadership of the party, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are loyal party men. Okay, you've not. There is nothing to prove that the Honorable Benjamin Kalu is against the party.
What about Senator?
There is nothing even to prove that Senator Orji Uzor Kalu is against the party leadership. I can tell you that. There is nothing. Now, Honorable Sam Onibo is fully with the party. Honorable Dr. Nkiru Konyejocho is fully with the party, and every other person. Let me tell you.
Those names you just mentioned now, they've openly associated with High Chief Ikechi Emenike, especially during the state congress that took place last.
They openly associated with us, with the party. I don't want you to keep mentioning High Chief Ikeche Menike.
Okay.
High Chief Ikeche Menike is the leader of the party.
In Abia State.
But when you talk about associating, you mention the party. The party is a structured organization, okay, with a leader. Okay, so all these people are working in tandem with the policy paper of the party, and they are with us.
All right, we need to take a break now.
All right.
It is still the state of the platform. Yes, of course. Yes, indeed, the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, convergence of thoughts. Of course, we dissect issues and so that you can make better decisions in the nearest future. Interesting conversation. I have been speaking with the publicity secretary of APC in Abia State, Comrade Okeziala, on the development of APC ahead of the national convention of the party, of course, slated for February this year. We take a break now. When we return, the conversation continues. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Still the platform, pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM, Friday edition, right here on the Flow of God's Own State. We're live on Facebook. You can follow the conversation, of course, or watch what is happening in the studio, and of course watch what Comrade Okeziala looks like, if I may put it that way. He's the publicity secretary of the All Progressives Congress, of course, in Abia State. We're talking about the developments in the All Progressives Congress ahead of the national convention of the party. So much to talk about, especially being the opposition party in Abia State. And the question now remains, how much of holding the party in power, how much of putting them in checks have you done so far? Because it seems we hear about APC only during the electioneering period. So much noise being made about APC, but after the election, especially in Abia State, we do not get to hear much about them. Do not forget that the people look up to the opposition to keep the ruling party in check.
Well, you might be right, but that's in the past. Because part of the reasons for the last Congress is, one, because the tenure of the former ESCO had expired, and then majorly because there is need to revamp the party. So it is that, the threshold of unperformance in the past that led to the emergence of the new executive. So I can assure you that the new APC is in for a good work, is in to right the wrongs of the past. In the past, you had people who were APC in the morning and other political parties in the afternoon and night. Are
you claiming?
And that is why you made this comment.
Are you claiming there are people involved in anti-party?
Before, of course, many of them. Of course, it just perhaps it's not your topic for today. Otherwise, I would have gone deep to tell you that there were people who claimed to be running an election in 2015.
Perhaps you should give us an insight.
But they never campaigned.
Maybe you should give us an insight into that. We have the time.
You get it. Now, in 2015, the APC had a governorship candidate who you and I know never went to the local governments for campaign. He only came to the gate. Isi gate Umuahia.
Who is that
and
person?
Stayed there for 30 minutes and left.
Who is the person?
Could that person have been serious? In 2019, you had an APC, a supposed APC governorship candidate, who could not even mount one canopy in any local government for campaign.
Comrade,
who couldn't climb candidate? A podium in the entire Isialangwa, north and south, where I supervised, who couldn't go to Obingwa to campaign. This 2019 election. Enough of that. If we really want to be an opposition party, we should be seen to be doing it in spirit and in truth. And that is why the new APC in Abia State has come on board to right all these wrongs. So you were right when you say in the past that, nobody did it. Of course, this is the first time you are seeing, let's start even with my office, the publicity secretary of APC standing firm to criticize the ills of the current government in Abia, and also give an insight into what is happening in the party, and to awaken the spirit of Abians and make them realize that they should not, remain in slumber. They should wake up. It is time. 2022 is the morning of the transformation that they yearned for.
Okay. So
and that is what we are here to
talk
achieve.
about development in Abia State just before we throw the lines open this morning.
Yes.
How will you rate development in the state right from 1999 till date?
Well,
as a party, as a political party now.
Let me tell you of a truth. Abia was far better under Dr. Ogbonnayonu in 1992-93 than what it is today. Look at the traditional system. You said you are creating autonomous communities and you bastardized the traditional system in Abia. The cultural heritage of people, is going extinct. Extinct because you have the kingdom, the traditional kingdoms that make up Abia State have been thrown to the dogs. Now you have people taking, even in my own hometown, in other villages across Abia, there is no respect for Ndias again, just because of one man's action in 2002 or 2003. Creating unnecessary autonomous communities that are causing. Do you know how many people have been killed because of that?
Is that
and that is the Abia. That is fundamental to the era we are having today.
How does that affect development?
Okay, let me now tell you. Do you know that these autonomous communities are being paid from the Abia State? Since you want us to go into detail, do you know that the government of Abia State is busy sponsoring and funding these communities to use them solely for political purposes? And you are asking me why Osisioma flyover has not been completed. Are you aware that there are a lot of political settlements going on in Abia since 1999 to today? Individuals are pocketing monies belonging to the state, and we are keeping quiet.
You say since 1999 till date. I remember the present Senate chief whip was also a governor of the state.
Yes.
He's now a member of the party.
Did you hear me exonerate him? You think I am here to play APC card
I'm asking
against the interest of Abians? That is not what I'm here for. I am here to say the truth and speak truth to power. So some of them who are part and parcel of the wrath that we are going through, that we are witnessing in Abia, they shouldn't see APC as a safe haven. But in any case, some of them said they have repented, and we are yet to see it in them. So APC is coming on a clean slate to purge, first of all, itself internally of people who do not mean well for Abia. And then we'll go all out for those who are in other political parties, including those who are currently on the saddle, who do not mean well for Abia.
Interesting.
And that is what we are into.
There is no way we can finalize the conversation this morning without talking about High Chief Ikechi Emenike. You said he's the leader of the party in the state. Now, maybe you should go into details how he became the leader of the party in the state. I know this is a question for coming from the other side. Some of them that are still angry, they have grievances about the leadership of APC in Abia State.
Now, do you know? You see, Christ became the leader and the savior of the world for one purpose, because he was the only person found worthy to open the seal and the scroll thereof. Every other person in the host of heaven declined, and that is what made him the Messiah. That is exactly the position of High Chief Ikechi Emenike. When people who claimed to love Abians, to be opposition party leaders, were playing hanky-panky with the destiny of Abians in the party. This man, this gentleman of repute, this man with blameless record, said that enough is enough. He joined the race to salvage Abia. They ganged up, the same way they ganged up against our Lord Jesus, and made sure that thinking they will truncate his mission of salvation. That is what happened to High Chief Emenike. They ganged up, conspired against him in 2019. He fought tooth and nail the same way Christ fought.
Yeah, that may be blasphemous if you're comparing him with Jesus.
I'm not. But you see, you have to when somebody has led a good example, people emulate him. He's a man of God, and that is why he is towing the way of Christ. And to see that if Christ could pass through all this for the salvation of mankind, why won't he pass through all those persecutions for the redemption of Abia State politically? And that is where the comparison comes in. After all, we are advised to look unto Jesus, who is the author and finisher of our faith. And that is what he's doing.
Let's get
so
reactions.
He came in to salvage the almost moribund political system in Abia State. That is what that gentleman came for. They persecuted him. You are here in Abia. They called him all manner of names. But behold, he is the Messiah of the party today. And look at how firm we are rooted, even as we speak.
Let's get reactions on the phone lines. We've been speaking with Comrade Okeziala. He's the publicity secretary of APC, All Progressives Congress in Abia State. And we've been talking about development in APC ahead of the national convention. You can share your thoughts with us on our Facebook page. We're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Flu949FM. You can also drop your thoughts on the SMS line 0906 510 8289. You can also dial the numbers, the studio phone lines 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. You're live on radio.
Good morning. I'm Michael.
You're welcome. Good morning.
In the studio. My name is Owakwe Chudebere and I'm calling from Umuahia here.
All right, you have a minute, Owakwe.
You don't have any problem. I only want to ask your guest.
Whoa, Owakwe, just try and call back if possible. All right. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
Good morning to your guests in the house.
Good morning.
Who say man know there's a name? I'm calling from Umuahia.
All right.
You know, most times I don't know what Nigerian politicians are up to. Politics in Nigeria is something like, especially in Abia State. You see them, your guests in the house directed how elections were not conducted free and fair. But the areas where their party men were won, they saw it as a good thing that has happened to Abians. So it's very unfortunate when they came on air to talk about the Abia State politics and talk about Nigeria. Have they ever condemned what is going on in this country today by the president of the combatant chief of the armed forces, who is from the chieftain of his party, APC? We are seeing the policies that this. Are they ever talking about the federal roads that all that are supposed to be done by the APC government in Abia State? Nobody's talking about it. You are busy telling us that the roads that are happening in Abia are done by this and that. When you people were there in power, did you do what? How many projects that have been attracted by the federal government in Abia State that has been existed? Not just in Abia, in Nigeria and Canada. The killings that is happening in this country, the appointment that has happened in Abia State in Nigeria today, they are chaired by the APC president and APC government. Have they even favored Abia State?
All right, you say man, no day.
To talk about this is just because of politics.
You can respond.
All right, you see, it's always good to match issues.
All right, you say man, no day. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.
He mentioned about federal roads. Let me tell him who say man, no day, man, day, my brother. Let me tell you that the federal roads in Abia have been attended to 60%. Look at the Umunochi Road to Umuahia. Who say man, no day? Tell yourself the truth. Has that road been touched? Was there any palliative from 99 till President Buhari came? It is this government who did that road. It is Sarah today. And I'm sure you're applying that road. From Umuahia to Osisioma, that's Aba. Who say man, no, they tell yourself the truth. That road was converted to a dustbin. In fact, Obakala axis was actually the highest heap. It was a pyramid of debts. And you know it.
Quickly,
that road has been done.
We need to get more.
Which other federal road are you talking? Are you talking about Ososo and Fox Road that this government couldn't do for 7 years plus? Is that a federal road? The Port Harcourt Road inside Aba, is it a federal road? Right, and so I'm here to get that one federal road that has not been done. And you haven't told me one state road that has been done well.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
You're welcome.
Prof. Akada PhD.
All right.
My own message is very simple. I'm not the one. I don't butter words. Please, the demon will know.
What's going on with the other line? What's happening? Do call by Professor. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
Emeka, and good morning to our guests.
Good morning, Emeka.
Yeah, I'm calling from Alabama, Massachusetts.
Right.
I just want to make one, I don't know whether I call it observation or correction. The problem with having so many factions, APC and other political parties may not be affected to what I just said. You know, has to do with insensibility of mankind. I think it has to do with the party itself, internal democracy, because they are first to harmonize themselves. There are so many big ways in all these political parties. They all wanting to be relevant, politically relevant. And because it's not about Benjamin, I must tell you, it's not about the money is not. It's not about how you're able to grab power, get into political office, and then grab all this. That's the basic problem. Because if you have to go and leave some people who sort of this bang upon it, you understand that it's hardly here about the Democrats and the Republicans. But I think in the political party,
all right,
Emeka. It has to do with the presidency. It has to do with the presidency, and then the paper at last. If the people don't like the policy of the president, we go. That's my Donald Trump. That's it.
All right.
About political party. Why should I vote for APC?
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Wait, you just articulate your thoughts and you respond once. Yes, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Mike.
Yes. Let's take this.
I'm calling from Omar.
All right, Chinedu, you're welcome.
Okay. Good morning, our guests in the house.
Good morning.
Okay. I don't like talking about party politics. But the one thing I want to just say this morning is that for sure the political parties we have in Abia State have disappointed us. APC, PDP, all of them have disappointed Abians. By the time you expect good candidates coming out from the party, you see them bringing out one kind consensus candidate that will fetch Abia nothing. And that has been the problem. I think both APC and PDP should go back to their drawing board and put up something that will benefit the masses. And I hope everybody will benefit and learn from it. So let us just stop going round and round. We have just one single problem and everybody knows it. Let us settle that problem in all the political parties, and Abia will be a better than a safe place for every one of us.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Honorable Zala. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you so much. I remember Mr. Prince Wiloswago from here in Omonachogo. Let us be factual. Honorable, I'm very grateful on the way you have spoken, because I believe once critics are the unpaid ones of one soul. You had already said what ought to have said. Let he that has ear, let him hear in Abia State. Then my question to you is this, Honorable. Like you have said, that you talk authoritatively that you are going to have your convention come, I think, is it May or
February.
April this year. But contrary to what I heard from our president, who invariably being your headsman in APC, he said that he's not happy on what is going on in APC, that he may see this convention as not coming through if the crisis continues in APC. But here now you are telling us authoritatively. That is one. Secondly, Honorable.
Yes, quickly, please, because of our time.
Honorable, please, I'm here to say my condolences to the death of your chairman. And are you going to resolve this matter? Because I know the demise of your chairman is going to be a setback on your side.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Quickly, comrade.
Yes, quickly, let me begin with the last caller. You see, the statement of the President Buhari, with regards to the coming convention, is a conditional statement. He said that he does not think that the convention will hold amidst this problem. That is, if these problems, the skirmishes you are having across states continue. Now, that is conditional. What if this the problems, in quote, the skirmishes you are having across few states end today? So you can see. So what if
that sounds that's speculative. What if?
What if?
Okay.
You get it.
But
so since it's conditional,
there.
so as the first thing is to tackle the skirmishes, the minor issues we are having, and make sure that we come out clean by next week or even by end of today. So if by Monday all the issues are resolved, the convention will still hold.
All right, let's get more.
So that is it on the convention. And then for the first caller who talked about the rot in Abia State being perpetrated by a few characters in APC, I didn't come here to exonerate anybody, you remember? I said that some of the people, they are just jumping ship from one political party to another. When they go somewhere, cause trouble, they look for a fresh party and then move
Let's get more reactions.
And we are sorting all those people out.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Isman Nebo. I'm calling from Osama, Aba.
All right, welcome.
Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, there.
Honorable, you're talking of APC. Everybody that is APC is PDP member. 2007, Ife was in PDP. Ozakara was in PDP. All of them is PDP. We are not talking of party issues this period. We are talking of the person that will give us the rightful candidate. Thank God you mentioned in 1994 that was so we don't want party issues. This party we do no. We need a candidate that will give us what we want. We have suffered in this other state. Nothing, no good road, no questionnaires, nothing to say this thing has been put in place in other states.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts.
We
appreciate you. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, guests in the house.
Good morning, brother.
Eze is my name. I'm calling from Omala Sulu.
You're welcome, Mr. Eze.
Thank you very much. Mike, I just want to correct an impression. Our guest did mention that in the last election, that election did not hold in East and not in the South. This election took place in those two local governments. The fact is that it was very unpopular in Abia State, and that's what caused them the election. Not that the election did not take place in East and South. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Thank you, Michael. I called back.
All right. Wakwe, welcome back.
Thank you, my brother. Your guest in the studio is very, very much economical with the truth. He can't tell us that somebody like Uchoga happens to be more in the APC. But unfortunately, let him not forget that he's APC minister and also minister of
He refused to mention a name. I asked him, but he didn't mention any name.
Brother, who used the platform at 2015 and 2019 for godless? I don't want to mention. Let me help him and mention. To tell us that in his party. Very, very good. And I still want to tell you, if you try to antagonize WKZ that is being elected, can you please mention one thing that President Muhammadu Buhari has been able to do in Abia State? When you talk about, see, Aba Road here, Aba Road Duma is a federal road. Who built it? Is it Muhammadu Buhari? Look at the second reservoir that was approved by Goodluck Jonathan. Started funding before he was kicked out. Fine and good, no problem. If your political party APC is also moving to APC, my brother, why are you being economical with the truth? Tell us the stand of Senate Chief Whip in Abia State.
All right, Wakwe. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We do appreciate you.
Okay, let me correct an impression. Aba Road that begins from FMC to Bakala is not a federal road. You see, they've been fed with lies over time. And that is why you see them now walking, running with those lies. Unfortunately, I am conversant with the road in question, which is Aba Road, just within Umuahia town. Can you define a federal road? What is the characteristics of a federal road? So please, my brother, Aba Road is not a federal road. That is one. Then Port Harcourt Road in Aba is not a federal road. So, you know, the government is very crafty. Sometimes they confuse Aba Port Harcourt Expressway with Aba Road and Port Harcourt Road in Abia towns. Okay, so when they talk about it, but anyway, it's my duty to correct all those impressions. Okay. So while Aba Expressway from Enugu to Aba is a federal road, the Aba Road within Umuahia town is not a federal road, please. It's a state road. So the same thing, they confuse Port Harcourt Road in Aba with Port Harcourt Expressway. Why the expressway is a federal road, the road inside Aba is not a federal road, please. So that is it. But again, government of lies for the lies and then with lies. That is what is going on. But you see, the light has come, and that is why we'll keep making bold steps to correct all these things and to tell them that a government with honest people, with determination to work for Abia is on board and is coming up come 2023.
High Star Chica on the Facebook page says, good morning. Ezekiel Elvis says, brand new morning. The gentleman in the studio, frankly speaking, Abians are craving for a new administration that will better the lives of every Abians come 2023. But the power tussle, rancor, disunity and division amongst the APC leadership in the state might give PDP the upper hand come 2023. Keche Menike and the rest of APC members should put their house in order, because a house that is divided against itself can't stand the test of time. Nelson Okoro says, good morning. Ezine Ihemadu says, good morning. Chidima Prosper also says, good morning. Comrade OK Eziala, thank you very much for being part of the program this morning. We do appreciate your presence. And
thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you, Abians.
All right. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Many thanks to you also for listening, for your calls, for your messages, and also for participating on the Facebook page. And the guys behind the visuals on the Facebook page, Chinedu and Stanley, thank you very much, guys. And the producer of the program, Samson Eze, thank you very much also for producing. Do enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Oni.